Hello, Terra Novo Lyceum, and hello, world. I'm your host, Dalva, and this week, which is the last week of January, January 29th through February 4th, I do believe. Let me double check that on my calendar. Yes, February 4th. So this is sort of a half and half week, a little bit. We will be drawing cards from the Sacred Traveler Oracle deck by Denise Lynn. Of course, this is a favorite. We use this one quite frequently. Always get a good reading from it. If you want to see the actual deck, again, this beautiful purple mandala here on the back. And we have all this fun artwork, right? A lot of times we get card decks because they have really, really nice pictures, right? So before we get started, let's take a nice deep cleansing breath in. Let it go and let it flow. I hope now that we're past the 350th day of January, we're finally breaking into February, that you all have had a good start to the new year, and that things haven't been too overwhelming or too challenging right out the gate. So, and our message for this week, it feels like there's a strong message here that things are changing, that there's going to be some shifting, and that we're being asked to step up and step into our purpose and step into responsibility to an extent, but to remember that all is love. Like, this feels like an all is love message, even though there's some little crunchy here in the middle. But that we're loved, we're supported, and everything ultimately, even if it doesn't seem like it at the time, is to our highest good. We are firmly into Aquarius season now. We had the Aquarius new moon last Sunday. In fact, I used this deck when we did our call. And we also got a lot of good messages from that as well. Something that you all need to be apprised of, and I don't talk astrology on here too frequently, but Pluto is getting ready to shift into Aquarius. And Pluto has sort of a weird, erratic orbit. It doesn't necessarily stay the same amount of time in each sign, but it will be in Aquarius for 21 years. So this is a cleansing of that archetype. The last time it was in Aquarius was like 1776, so American Revolution. And that gives you a vibe. That's not to say that we're going to have a war, but revolution is a good term to use with Aquarius. Okay, so you'll see that in the macrocosm. You'll probably feel that wherever Aquarius lands in your life, there'll be a little mini revolution happening. And don't worry, it's not like you're going to get punched with it all at once. It's going to be there for 20 years. So just be aware of that. Just be aware of that. Saturn's also shifting signs. It's going into Pisces. So I think that might be kind of nice energy, a little grounding energy for us as well. But just bear that in mind, since the sun's in Aquarius right now, and we have that's going to be a theme for the next little bit. So our first card is Fellow Travelers, and it says support is all around you. And again, I feel like this is the all is love, all is for your highest good, even if it doesn't feel like it. The universe isn't some horrible I don't know, lawyer, that's nitpicking whether or not you have 100% good thoughts and, how your manifestations are, it's not like that. It's not like that. Rather, it's not that black and white. I don't think the universe is this, necessarily a parental figure. That's triggering for a lot of folks. Not everyone has a good relationship with their parents. So the thought of, some all-powerful deity being like a parent might be terrifying. You're loved. Let go of whatever descriptions or anthropomorphized whatever. This is love energy. You were loved, not just by the universe, not just by the energy that has created you, that you were part of, but there are angels, there are guides, there are spirit beings, there are, if you like, fairies, nature spirits, divas, all kinds of support, waiting in the wings to help you. And maybe this will come in meditation, maybe this comes in prayer, maybe this comes in just a thought away. But know that you're loved, know that you are supported. It's there. I know frequently the things that we have to face in life are challenging, they're confusing, we don't know why they're happening. And I feel like this is sort of a reminder you can ask. It's okay to ask. It's okay to want to understand the deeper lesson, okay, behind the challenge. Because that brings us to our second card, Distant Thunder, and it says clear the air. Not loving the artwork on this, right? This reminds me a little too much of the Tower from the tarot deck. But again, change is necessary. Change is necessary, and this feels like there's some changes happening. Things may feel a little chaotic, but in this case, it's okay. And there's a question mark on the end of that's more for me than anybody else. Some people thrive in chaos. Some people do. They need something going all the time, and they work better that way. I'm not one of those folks. This is very Uranian kind of energy, and Uranus rules Aquarius. So I feel like this is the distant thunder is Pluto heading up into Aquarius. Uranus right now is still in Taurus. It will be, I think, for another couple of years. So wherever wherever Taurus is falling, wherever Aquarius is falling, look at those houses and see where you may be experiencing some change. Get rid of what no longer serves you. That's clearing the air. And some of it's like, if you don't go ahead and be proactive, it's going to go anyway. Sometimes it's better to go with that flow, go with that chaos, rather than being swept away by it. And that's not to scare anybody or to make that sound unnecessarily negative. It's just a fact of life that not everything goes smoothly and not everything goes our way, no matter how much we pray or meditate or whatever. That's why you're always supported no matter what's going on, because change is part of life. Chaos, to an extent, is part of our lives. And we can make it part of our learning. We can learn from our experiences. We don't have to just be victimized by them. Okay? And I think maybe we all know people who are like that no matter, excuse me, no matter what it is, they're a victim. There's no learning taking place. Let's try to learn. Let's try to learn from the changes that are happening, because all of it serves a higher purpose. Okay, it says answering the call. The time is now. And you may be feeling a push to make certain changes. Okay, you may be hearing that distant thunder and know it's time to make a change. Maybe it's a career change. Maybe it's a relationship change. Maybe it's a move. Maybe it's a health change, like you can't keep drinking 5 cans of pop a day or whatever. Part of clearing that air is so you can answer the call. What's your higher purpose? What is the point? What's the point of being here? What are you trying to learn? Again, I think I've mentioned this in other videos, that I believe in a syllabus that we come down here and the whole point is to learn. I'm getting something about community. So community, and this may be part of your higher purpose, is to help serve your community. This may be being a productive member of your community, or your purpose is somehow beneficial to the community. So this isn't just you, this is part of a bigger group too. Though it goes without saying that maybe a lot of people are experiencing this right now, that they want something, they want to serve a purpose greater than themselves. They want to change and feel more purpose driven, or feel like they're doing important work. So that's coming in. And again, it may have to do clearing the air first, so you can have the space, so you can create space for this. And ultimately, and again, this is just sort of to kind of end cap this, because this feels very similar to this. Voyage of the heart. And it says, love flows through you and to you. Ultimately, our highest purpose is love. And I don't mean just romantic love, I mean all love. This is acts of love, acts of service, acts of compassion, acts of forgiveness, acts of reaching out. I'm thinking of Kim's Pen Pal campaign where she writes these letters to folks and is trying to connect people. It's what our community here is about. It's about connecting people. You know, this pandemic of loneliness that, you know, we're so connected and we're so separated. But ultimately, we're to bring ourselves together. This is our human voyage is the voyage of the heart. And our human experiences is the voyage of the heart. Not only do you have love and support all around you, you are perfectly capable of being a vessel for that yourself. Okay? Being open to give and open to receive love in all its myriad forms. Okay? And again, that looks like different things. We don't want to pin that down to just, you know, smoochy smoo romantic stuff, right? Like this is more universal than that. Actually, a really good movie. It's making me think about this. Love Actually, and they show all these different layers of love. It's not a lot of it was romantic, but some of it wasn't. Some of it was, you know, sacrifice. Some of it was making yourself vulnerable, being open, even though it might backfire. So this it feels, was it love is a mini splendored thing? This is the card for that. So I feel like ultimately what the message we're getting is that we have all this universal support. We are a vessel of love. We have the capacity to love. We have the capacity to let that flow through us, and that we need to be doing this. But that there are things in our lives or situations, you know, that need to be kind of cleared up, because maybe it's blocking us from our purpose, or maybe it's just a matter of the more we're dealing with these situations that we don't need to deal with, this chaos, the less time we have to work on our purpose. So it's an interesting reading. It's an interesting reading. Again, I feel like we're just sort of, I hope you all didn't have a chaotic January, but I feel like that's not quite the case. We came in on a Mercury retrograde, and I feel like we hit the ground running, just generally. But please, post your comments, questions, share with us below. Again, the whole point of this, we're your fellow travelers, and we're all on the voyage of the heart. Like, we're all in this together. So if you all have anything you want to talk about, anything you want to discuss, please network with us, connect with us. We look forward to talking to you. Okay. I hope everyone has a great week. I will talk to y'all again soon. Bye for now.